After TGMA Awards, King Promise and Stonebwoy ebe trendy and now Artist of the Year. King Promise claim me say or deserve Artist of the Year. Finally, Stonebwoy is out to talk about this criterion and the reason why he thinks he deserves the award.
The year, if we look at the categories, I'm sure if you were talking about which one to win, that was up the totem pole.
Yeah.
Artist of the Year. There was a lot of talk, Stonebwoy.
Yeah.
It was literally between you and King Promise. And I'm sure you heard from both factions, adducing evidence, facts, etc., to give reasons why you should have won or he should have won. When all that was happening, how were you taking that?
The conversations became very interesting around who should win. And it was tailored down to two artists, that is between Stonebwoy and King Promise.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, at the point where I actually chanced into it properly, because remember I had only done my exams and done a week into the VGMA, so I would be hot basically. You know what I'm saying? So, and also it's my final paper, so pieces here and there, project works, trust me. So I didn't really get into the convo proper. We were only doing our best as a team, you know, posting what we had to post, you know, the social media people were getting involved, and the fan base, tremendous work, like, you know, yes, and the fan base really took the mantle right from the scratch up until when I actually started paying attention. That's the last week to the VGMAs, and even during that period, I was supposed to be rehearsing and dealing with this flu that I've caught as well. What happened? I was like, everywhere is buzzing. King Promise, Stonebwoy, buzzing. One thing I felt was like, I wish that attention would be, you know, spread out across all the nominees. Because it wasn't only a Stonebwoy and a King Promise.
But Stonebwoy, you know this happens all the time.
Yes, I know, but that's why I'm speaking to it, you know, so that because this is my mentality, so I believe I can share that.
Yeah.
You know, I felt that, okay, if it's spread across all the 5 or 6 of us, then it will now become a thing of facts. You know, limiting it to 2 artists, which would definitely become the norm eventually, almost always takes away the fact that all these people have worked. And it's not only these 2 guys who have worked. You guys understand what I'm saying? So in the heat of it, I was just feeling some way that, because I put myself in the shoes of, okay, what if I was not the one being out, what if Stonebwoy was not there?
In the top 2.
In the top 2.
Yeah.
That would be disheartening to be like, you guys, don't you think we all worked to be in that category?
But there are some who have worked more than others.
Yes, exactly.
And the fans determine. So if they decided that these are the 2 people that we've seen do the most work.
I don't think the fans determine the top 2 who should contend amongst themselves.
Who do you think determines?
Why I say that is that is not for the fans to determine. The fans are only supposed to propagate, project the works of their artists under the year of review.
Yeah.
That's what I think they determine. They don't, and then vote as well. And then loud it up so much so that people can really get to see the facts, not opinions. Because opinions are like noses, everybody has one.
It.
And opinions are not fact, opinions are not truth. It's just how you see what. That is why an organization like the VGMAs would have criteria set down both in front of house, both inside the board and the academy, so that now it is not a matter of I love you or I hate you or you're beautiful. It becomes a matter of what fits the boxes, aka the criteria that we have set. So when we look at it like that, I think conversation, although would end up becoming 2 people at the top, when we find some time to span it across, then you can know that, okay, I've been eliminated by fact.
Yeah.
You see, because it only just goes like bang, top 2 discussion, whereby then towards the latter part, people stop, then you feel like artists will feel like, okay, I did that. Then it breeds a little bit of resentment and then some sort of unhealthy competition, whereby, you know, we all know.
Did you feel that?
No, I didn't feel that because, listen to me, I've been here for some number of years and my thought process is different. How I see things is definitely different from how everybody sees it. That's why I hardly speak, that's why I hardly talk. You know, I love to listen and, you know, soak it in and analyze it the best way I can. But if I do, I want to use a Rotarian, you know, quote. I check if it's the fact. I check if it's the truth. I check if it's hurting somebody or not. You know, all these things before and make a move.
Well, the facts that your fans were putting out and pundits who were speaking on your behalf was the fact that you worked on a full album.
Yeah.
And you had very quality songs on there. They didn't understand why, for some reason, your album was being compared to an artist who had probably risen to the top with 1 or 2 songs in the year under review, even if he's a fantastic artist.
Yeah.
And so they didn't get why that comparison. Did you feel that way too?
The comparison is like opinions. Everybody can get up and feel like they are somebody's size. We see that every day. It's in our normal life. Somebody can go to be like, hey, you know me, hey, me, my father, only banking on the fact that his uncle was rich before. You know, we get that. It's a normal Ghanaian life. But that is because they believe in themselves so much. You know what I'm saying? But it is only somebody who would think it through a notch. Somebody who's an honest person, somebody who's a truthful person, a factual person, not an opinionated person, that will put down the clause, will put down, that's what I'm saying, if there was no criteria to it, then it becomes a booga booga street vibe, who uses the most tactics. But here lies the case, we are almost forgetting that there is a criteria to it, to how, who wins what qualifies to be nominated and selected. So whilst people were shouting around that I observed, and probably pushing the narrative of how whatever should be, I think that they were not really looking at
the facts
and the criteria enough.
Okay.
You get, and in totality.
But they argued based on the criteria.
Of course, but that's what I'm saying. If you looked at it based on that same criteria, you will know where to argue, to what limit you should argue to.
What do you think won you Artist of the Year?
What won me the Artist of the Year is because everything Portfolio said was true.
Which one exactly? Portfolio said a lot of things.
And those are all the things.
A number of days.
Those are all the things. So I want the people to go look out so that they use this opportunity to check who he is, and it grows that community as well.
Is that why you bigged him up on stage?
Why shouldn't I big him up on stage? When I don't know this guy from Adam.
Oh, you don't?
Who decides to actually speak truth to the industry, and I acknowledge it. Given this opportunity on TV, I know the whole world is watching. I am somebody who loves the truth. I was grown up in a disciplinarian home where I'll be caned for little to nothing a lie. And I'll be read the Bible. Is it in Revelation somewhere or something? He said, all liars shall find themselves in the lake of fire. So
Revelations what?
No, I think
Support your president.
Look at it. Look at it. Yeah. So believe you me, I'm that person who thinks so through it before I lie.
So everybody else was lying if they weren't speaking for you?
No, but speaking for me, who am I? Speak for the fact.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
And everybody lied eventually, since they didn't speak for me. So what did the end result give them, if you have to tell it that way?
I see.
That is Stonebwoy's perception and answer, his side of the story. I think you have heard his part. You can also share your suggestions in the comment section and let me listen to it. I just hope he's King Promise to be back to come and also share his opinion about this whole thing. My name is Mr. Showbiz. If today is your first time here, kindly subscribe and be part of this family. And I'm out.